Dr Glenda Rivoallan, building stronger teams, smarter leadership and unshakable resilience. Let's become resilient as fudge. Welcome to Icebreaker. I'm hoping we're going to get Fudgy doing an icebreaker. How are you doing today?
Really good, thank you, Libby. Lovely to see you. Really nice. I've always wanted to do this.
Have you? Oh, well, today's the day. How
Yeah.
exciting. Well, let's see how it goes. Hopefully it will live up to all expectations. So we've had a chat beforehand, haven't we? And you got me to choose which cards we were going to go with, and I said, oh, let's go with the newer set where you choose a category. So you've chosen future and goals. So we'll do a little shuffle of the cards, shall we? And you can shout when, and if you don't like the question, well, you can always pass and we'll choose another one. So I'll start shuffling and you shout when.
Stop.
Oh, God. Oh, right, okay. The question is, how do you imagine a regular day in 10 years?
Wow.
Oh, that's a question, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a good question though. A regular day in 10 years. So I'm interpreting that as a regular day for me in 10 years.
You can interpret it however you want. That's the beauty of icebreakers.
Yeah, it's a good question. I guess what petrifies me is that a regular day would be too boring. And I think that that's why I never retired when I said I was going to start thinking about retirement, because that was something that was on the agenda maybe 2 years ago and it never happened. And for lots of reasons. And one of them is the typical day, if it seemed to be not full of excitement, would worry me. And I think that might resonate with other entrepreneurs out there. It's probably something that we dread more than we look forward to. And so for me, I still want it to be inspiring, but maybe a bit more relaxing.
Right, nice. Inspiring but more relaxing. How do you relax? What do you do to relax then?
Oh gosh, I'm actually getting really good at that. Anything that involves slowing down in nature really works for me. So I'm lucky enough to live on an island, and just that natural mindfulness that's all around us, with nature and being near the sea and being able to walk the dog, I find very relaxing.
Brilliant. So what I'm hearing is that in 10 years' time, a regular day will still involve work, the work that inspires you, but you'll be also absorbing yourself in nature for some relaxation. Sounds perfect. I feel relaxed just thinking about it. It's a good question though, isn't it? And when I read it, I immediately went to kind of the challenges that people are bringing to the table at the moment around that balance in life and the time that they have. And I was thinking about kind of what actual work will look like in 10 years' time.
Well, obviously, we know it's going to not look how it looks now. That's the only certain, right?
Yeah,
it's going
for sure.
It's going to look vastly different, but I think it's an interesting insight that about what it means to be a typical day, because just those words, my hands did sort of curl up a little, because it's probably one of the reasons why I've worked for myself for 28 years is that I don't really like each day to be typical. I like it to feel different. And, for me, part of the joy of working for yourself is that no day does feel the same.
Definitely true. That's definitely true.
So I find that interesting. But yeah, a typical day in 10 years needs to be doing a lot less than I do now.
Yeah. Work smarter, not harder, and
Well,
more
that's something I think,
relaxation.
yeah, I
Sounds
think that's
great.
something we're always working on, isn't it?
Yeah,
Just,
I think so.
working smarter.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. And it's so for the moment, isn't it? Working smarter. Oh, that's been great. I feel relaxed now, though. I'm imagining myself walking along a beach. But I'm like you, I can't imagine not working. But I suppose when you work for yourself, you do the work that gives you purpose and the stuff you love, don't you? And that being purpose driven, why would you ever want to stop if you're adding value? That's what I think.
Yeah, it's a really interesting one, that concept of ikigai and, are you really living your life's purpose? And genuinely, it's been very rare that I've felt that what I do has felt like work. So for me, a typical day would have to still be about leading with your heart and loving what you do. And whatever that looked like, that would be a formula for a good day, wouldn't it? If you
Yeah.
love what you do.
Yeah, definitely. My old boss, Nat Maguire, she has this lovely way of looking at work that every day has to be a day she could hang her hat on. And I just love that so much. I'm like that. That is a purpose-driven day because you can't hang your hat on it. You're not doing the stuff
I like
that
that.
that you love. I know, I think it's great. I think about that a lot actually when I'm planning my work and my day. So yeah. Oh, there we go. We've discovered a lot, haven't we, about it's balance, isn't it, I guess. It's the age-old challenge of getting the balance.
Well, I find that word interesting because I used to talk a lot about work-life balance, and then I do prefer work-life flourishing because there are people who, on the surface, you might think, there's not much balance there, but they're thriving.
Yeah.
And there could be people look like they've got it sussed, and they just do X amount at work, X amount in life, and
Yeah.
just surviving.
Yeah, that's so true. That's so true. Yeah, we should question that whole, balance word. I love that. Flourish is a great word as well. And a coach that I met a few months ago, she used the word flourish a lot. Are you flourishing at the moment? It's such a great question, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, I have the feeling we could talk about this all day. So I'm hoping that we'll catch up at some point and be able to continue the
I
conversation.
would love that.
Be really good, wouldn't it? Thank you. And so this is the bit where I normally do a wrap up, and I hadn't asked you beforehand, and normally I kind of cue this up and I haven't, so I might be putting you on the spot here, so I do apologize. But normally I ask if you've got anyone to nominate to come on and do an icebreaker with me. If you can think of anyone off the top of your head. I'm sorry I didn't line it up.
No, that's absolutely fine. Just because she's been on my mind, maybe you could hook up my colleague Sarah LeBrock
Okay,
and then
cool.
get her on to do a little icebreaker with you.
Lovely. Right. Well, you can let her know and then I'll send her a message. I'd love that. I don't think I'm connected with Sarah either. So it's a new person for me to meet, which is what I always
There you
love.
go. Amazing. And I
Brilliant.
will absolutely do that.
Perfect. Thank you so much for joining me today. I've really enjoyed it. And hopefully we'll catch up soon.